about sinister plans to truncate the process. On our interview for today, we will be speaking with a member of Logistics and Support Service Directorate of the All Progressives Congress APC Presidential Campaign Council, Evanmanu. Please stay with us. We'll be right back. Thank you for staying with us. Now, you're still watching Politics Tonight, digging beyond the headlines. And now to our interview with the guest of the day. I am joined by a member of Logistics and Support Service Directorate of the Tinubu-Shettima Presidential Campaign Council, Evanmanu. She will be speaking with us on matters relating to peaceful transition of government. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, madam.
It's nice having me. Pleasure is mine.
So like I always like to start the program, let me have your opinion about the outcome of the 2023 presidential election. How will you describe it?
It was phenomenal, such that has never been seen in the history of Nigeria. The conduct of the election itself was quite remarkable. It was top-notch. The execution of it was totally tsunami because the electorates came out in their unprecedented numbers and they spoke their minds through their votes. And it was a very peaceful process and quite unprecedented, if you ask me.
So, what factors would you say contributed to the victory of your party?
The fact that, first and foremost, we have a very sellable candidate who is in person of the president-elect. His antecedents over time, his track records have proven that and spoke for the outcome of the elections. All hands were on deck. The Presidential Campaign Council itself left no stone unturned. The government of the day gave their all in the preparations, and you know it was a total package.
So, but the election is still generating bitter reactions from aggrieved opposition members. Why is this happening?
They've just been unrealistic because when you look at the figures, they speak for themselves. The elections were conducted. Whatever opposition stands right now, the figures speak for themselves. From the north to the south, from the west to the east, the figures speak for themselves. And it's just an unrealistic outburst. You know, we all know that losing is not easy. Losing is painful. But when it becomes such an outburst, it becomes totally unrealistic and uncalled for, because the results speak for themselves.
So we also have some people.
It is totally unrealistic, totally uncalled for, quite unjust to the Nigerian state and to the Nigerians themselves, because a process was conducted in the most peaceful manner ever. And the outcome of the process is quite credible. So what is the justification for the call for an interim government? It doesn't add up, it doesn't make sense, it doesn't speak well of they themselves who are agitating for it. So it is totally unacceptable, and you know, I call on all Nigerians to kick it out, because it is not worth giving a second thought to. The process was credible. The numbers speak for themselves. A winner has been declared. And so what's the justification for the call for an interim government. It's absurd and shouldn't be entertained by all Nigerians.
All right, so why do you think the opposition is hell-bent on truncating the process?
Come again, please?
I think the opposition is hell-bent on truncating the process.
Well, the opposition is hell-bent on truncating the process because they have refused to accept the wishes of the majority of Nigerians, which is quite sad because if politics were a game indeed, and there's bound to be one winner, and in the spirit of national interest, the losers should accept the outcome in peace. And don't forget, prior to the conduct of the elections, the president-elect had said something. He came out boldly and said if he lost, he was going to take it in good faith and go back home. Plus, there was a peace accord that was entered into. How they come to be breaching that right now is totally unacceptable. It's totally, unreasonable, if you ask me.
We also saw some protesters at the defense headquarters asking for military takeover. Why do you think anyone would desire such at this time?
It's a selfish cry because not in this century, for Nigerians, well-meaning Nigerians, to have come out, made their choice of whom they want to lead them through the next 4 years in the person of the president-elect, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and then a group of unpatriotic Nigerians went that far to the defense headquarters calling for a military rule is totally insane. It's totally out of place. It's totally selfish. Because if these agitations were for the Nigerians who have come out to express their desires, such a move would not be made. So it's totally, totally selfish, self-centered, totally absurd, totally unacceptable, totally unacceptable. It is not in the interest of Nigerians. It is not in the interest of Nigeria. And, it just makes a mockery of what they claim. Because, indeed, they are not for Nigerians.
All right, still analyzing this from all of the angles available. Some have asked the DSS to release the names of those politicians that have been, caught having several meetings to achieve this evil desire. Are you on the same page with them?
Absolutely, because it's an incitement, and it's a call for chaos. It's a call for disorderliness. It's a call for chaos. The DSS should actually go and bring them to book because it's a criminal offense. You don't just wake up one day because for your selfish reasons you want to throw the whole polity into chaos, into a chaotic state. No, we are not a lawless state. We're not a lawless people. We're people governed by the Constitution. We're people governed by law and order. So it shouldn't be allowed to thrive. It shouldn't be allowed to continue. They should be brought to book. They should be brought to book to serve as a deterrent to, whomever else is muting such. For so long, it's time, it's high time it was stopped. Yes, I'm on the same page with that.
All right, sir. Moving on now, what do you think can be done to ensure a smooth transition to a new government?
What can be done to ensure a smooth transition is already in place. The government has set up a transition committee. They have hit the ground working. They have been split into subcommittees. There's the committee for the inauguration, which is saddled with the inauguration protocol, the handover, the takeover. There's the committee for the documentations, which is saddled with the responsibility for putting together the policy, the programs of the present administration, with the hope that the 9-point areas of priority would be followed through the next administration. And there's the committee for the security and the facilities and etc. They are saddled with the responsibility for the facilities and the intelligence reports and the security of Mr. President-elect and his vice. And they have been doing a great job. They've been working around the clock assiduously, and at the end of this process, we are very confident that there's going to be a smooth transition from the present government to the incoming one.
All right, so now that the federal government has set up a transition committee, what role is expected of the APC in this?
Come again, please.
Now that the federal government has set up a transition committee, what role is expected of the APC in this?
The role of the APC is to ensure that besides what the government has done, because in the days to come, there will be subcommittees trickling down. The role of the APC as a party would be, supportive, ensuring that the process is seamless and it goes as, peaceful as can be.
Now, what do you think Nigerians should expect from a Tinubu presidency?
Wow, that's already known. When we look at his antecedents from his 8-year reign in Lagos State, and we look at the person, the character of his personality, we are looking forward to a renewed hope for all Nigerians. A renewed hope that cuts across education, social services, infrastructure, a renewed hope that guarantees security. Nigerians are looking forward to that. We're expecting that because as he traversed the length and breadth of the country campaigning, he never stopped talking about the renewed hope, and it cuts across all the facets of our lives, economics. We're looking forward to that. We're looking forward to that.
All right, on the program tonight, I have Madam Divine Evanmanu, a member of Logistics and Support Service Directorate of the Tinubu-Shettima Presidential Campaign Council, and we're discussing matters relating to peaceful transition of governments. This discussion will continue after this break. Please stay with us.
In the month of April, 2nd is World Autism Awareness Day, while April 7th is World Health Day. On the 11th of April, it is World Population Day in Chibok, Borno State, were abducted by Boko Haram terrorists. On the 15th, it is World Skills Day. On the 18th of April, it is day set aside as Nelson Mandela International Day. On the 22nd of April is World Earth Day, while on the 25th is World Malaria Day. 28th is World Hepatitis Day and also World Day for Safety and Health at Work. On the 30th of April is World Day Against Trafficking in Persons. Brace yourself and tune in to TVC News this April for in-depth reports, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Only on TVC News.
Welcome back to Politics Tonight, and thank you for staying with us. I still have a member of Logistics and Support Service Directorate of the Tinubu Shatima Presidential Campaign, Councillor Divine Evanmanu. And tonight we're discussing matters relating to peaceful transition of government. All right, Madam, let's move on. Now, you know, some prominent Nigerians have stressed the need for a government of national unity. What's your view on this?
Well, certainly there's going to be a government of national unity. But like the president-elect has said, it is going to be a government that is based on delivery on the dividends of democracy. We're going to have more of the round pegs in the round holes, and it is going to be one that is going to be encompassing, because from what we know of the Mr. President-elect, he goes for the best and nothing but the best when it comes to administration. When we're talking about the government of national unity, it is not going to be based on sentiments. I don't believe so. I believe it's going to be based on having the right people at the right spot, doing the right things at the right time. And this is going to cut across Nigerians from the north to the south, from the east to the west. And it is going to be quite unifying, you know.
Let me also get your thoughts on this. Upon inauguration, what key areas would you advise the president-elect to urgently attend to?
Upon inauguration, what I would advise Mr. President to urgently attend to is the security of our borders. It is of utmost importance, because security would cause the nation to thrive economically. We need that. So that's going to be my foremost advice to him. No nation thrives in a state of insecurity. So I'm going to address that specifically. That would be my topmost advice to Mr. President.
So was there any time you were scared that your party may not win the presidency and retain Cross River State?
Cross River State?
May not win the presidency.
Cross River State?
Was there any time you were scared that your party may not win the presidency?
With the kind of work that Mr. President-elect had put in, he had traversed every state of Nigeria. He had engaged the high, the low. He had brought the promise of a renewed hope, a refreshing promise to Nigerians. He did not have to delegate. He went by himself. And the acceptance was overwhelming. It was magical. It was infectious. So for me, that had settled it, because for every state he went to, the acceptance was overwhelming. And I had no doubt in my mind that he was the man for the job. And I believe that just as I have no doubts, as expressed by majority of Nigerians now that we have seen, we had no doubt that he was the man for the job. He didn't have to give excuses for not coming to any state. He was there. So I had no doubts in my heart that he was prepared for the job, He was totally, you know, in tune and in line with the job at hand. I didn't have any fears at any point in time that he was not going to be the man. The man.
All right, so let me have you rate the performance of INEC in the just concluded election. Were you impressed?
The INEC did a very good job. They delivered. They did a very, very, very good job. The process was very peaceful, well coordinated, except for some parts that recorded one or two shortfalls. But the process altogether, on a scale of 1 to 10, INEC did 9.5. They did an excellent job. The outcome was tremendously beautiful.
So talking about the shortfall, how do you think INEC can further improve on this?
Well, in the coming elections, you know, in the years to come, it can only get better. They will improve in it. The shortfalls were mostly human shortfalls, and the process, I believe, will get better. They will improve in it. The beavers, this is the first time that beavers is being used, and it was a huge success as far as I'm concerned, because I went round and I saw it work round, and you know, it will get better. We're just getting acclimatized with that process of electioneering. It will get better, I'm sure. Very positive about that. If we got in, you know, an above 9 at the first trial, you can bet that it will get better, you know, in the years to come.
All right, so let's get back to talking about governance. Now, what would you advise the president-elect to do for women in his administration?
First and foremost, the 35% affirmative action is one of the things I believe that the president is going to attend to. There's going to be a lot of programs, I believe, for women by the president. His wife is known to have been a pioneer of a women-driven program whilst she held sway in Lagos State. So I like to believe that Mr. President-elect is going to take women's issue very highly. We're going to, I like to believe that we're going to see more women in his cabinet, because a lot of women, this is the first time in the history of Nigeria that we have a presidential campaign council for women, you know. So I like to believe that he takes into very serious cognizance the importance of women and youths. So I believe that women are going to be highly factored in his administration.
All right. It has been an interesting conversation on matters relating to peaceful transition of government with a member of Logistics and Support Service Directorate of the Tinubu-Shettima Presidential Campaign Council, Madam Divine Evanmanu. Thank you very much for coming on Politics Tonight, and we look forward to more conversation with you. Thank you for coming.
Pleasure is all mine. Thanks for having me.
And thank you very much for watching. That marks the end of today's episode of Politics Tonight. But the conversation continues from here. Get in touch with us on Twitter at TVC News NG and at Olajumoke using the hashtag Politics Tonight. We are also on YouTube at youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. Join us for the repeat episode at midnight and tomorrow for another edition of Politics Tonight.
Never miss a moment. Instant breaking news from all over the globe. Live streaming of your favorite programs delivered directly to you. Watch anytime from anywhere on your mobile or smart devices. Download the TVC News app today. Available on Google Play and Apple Store.
Keep up with innovative, revealing, and groundbreaking happenings in the world of brands and brand builders in Nigeria and across the globe. Mingle with people and brands that make the cut and the personalities that keep reinventing the trends and traditions in the marketing world. All are exciting one-stop shop for marketing vibes. Marketing Edge on TV. You are always right on time with the right people and movers and shakers of the world of marketing as they share their views and ideas on the business and challenges of advertising, corporate affairs, media strategy, and the unfolding exciting world of digital marketing. Join the trendsetters and key decision makers as they shape opinions and project into the future of the marketing landscape for 30 exhilarating minutes on this channel. Stay ahead, be thrilled to beat, be marketing savvy with Marketing Edge on TV. Marketing Edge on TV, promoting the brand idea.
Hello there, there's a brand new quarter and your favorite TV program CAC Weekly is about to unveil new innovations fresh from the Nigerian Company Registry. Now, have you heard of the Extensible Business Reporting Language XBRL you can do on your own on the company's registration portal CRP from the comfort of your home or your office? Because the CRP offers end-to-end electronic registration solution for accredited customers and the general public to initiate and complete pre-registration and post-registration applications electronically. Online filing of annual returns, online registration of limited liability partnership and limited partnership. See you there.
At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news.